When I joined the Dodgers broadcast team in 1977, I was hired to be the number two announcer behind Vin Scully. Jerry Doggett became number three. He and Vin had been together for 21 years. So basically, that meant that Jerry had no more telecast of Dodger games, as Vin did 6 innings of play-by-play and I did 3. However, Jerry never, ever showed any resentment toward me whatsoever. In fact, he helped me immensely as I came aboard. It's funny, it was number 11, which really figured in the relationship of the three of us. As it turned out, a striking coincidence, Jerry was 11 years older than Vin, and Vin was 11 years older than me. And I worked 11 seasons with Jerry. 1987 was Jerry's final year in the booth. And before he retired, we had this chat.
Jerry, did you have favorite Dodger teams?
Well, I don't know about that because it seemed like they were all good. We had some that were better than the others, but actually, of course, my first year in 1956 would be one of my favorites because I joined the club late in the season, and this was a team of many, many all-stars and would-be Hall of Famers to be, and they accepted me as if I'd been there for a long, long time, and I felt a real relationship to those teams of the 1956, 57, 58 era before they came to California.
What about the 60 championship teams compared to, say, the teams that won in, well, the 70s and 80s?
Well, you go back into the 60s, of course, when they had Willie Davis and Frank Howard and Sandy and Don and those guys. That was really a very, very good team. Those guys could do a little bit of everything. They had Gilliam and Wills. They could run, they could hit, they could pitch. They didn't score a lot of runs in some of the seasons, but they could do a lot of things in baseball. Of course, the team of the 70s and the 80s that began with the Garvey and the Say and the Russell and Lopes in that era, that was a good era too.
Talk about your association with Vinny.
Well, of course, that's a dream. I went to the Dodgers in 1956. I'd come out of Texas where I'd been down there for years and years, and Vinny had been with the Dodgers for 5 or 6 years already. And although I was a little older than he was, he just kind of took me under his wing, and our relationship developed into what has been one of the greatest friendships anybody could ever have.
You were together 32 years, is that right?
That's right, from 1956 until 1987.
And no broadcasters, I don't think, in baseball announcing history have ever been together that long, have they?
I hope to think I'm part of a record. I guess that's it. But it's really been a remarkable thing. The most remarkable thing, as you've found out in the last 10 or 12 years with him, is to sit beside him and be amazed at the things that he says and does and where they come from. And you have to realize that it's because he comes to every game well prepared.
Jerry lived 10 more years after he retired and passed away in his sleep in Morgan Hill, California, just before his 81st birthday. Jerry Doggett will always have a special place in my heart.